Have you ever been to Hollywood and wondered why the biggest stars in the world leave their handprints and footprints in front of the TCL Chinese Theater? And in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, since 1927, the biggest movie stars in the world have cemented their place in Hollywood history by putting their handprints and footprints in front of the TCL Chinese Theater, and everyone from Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell, Debbie Reynolds, and even the cast of Twilight have all done this. So now let me tell you about how this silent film star's happy mistake turned into a tradition that is still in place 98 years later. You see, the TCL Chinese Theater was originally named the Grauman's Chinese Theater, and it was named after theater mogul Sid Grauman. He had opened the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood in 1922, and he decided that his next project was going to be modeled after a Chinese palace. And for this theater endeavor, his business partners would be Howard Shank and Hollywood's first ever it couple Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford. As the theater was getting ready to open and construction was coming to an end, Sid Grauman ended up inviting silent film star Norma Talmadge to come visit the property with his business partners Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford. And as they all walked outside, Norma Talmadge stepped into wet cement and her high heels sunk into the concrete. And instead of being super irritated with Norma, Sid Grauman ended up coming up with an ingenious idea. He decided that the biggest stars in Hollywood would come here for their movie premieres, and they would lay their handprints, footprints, and signatures down in the concrete to cement themselves in Hollywood history forever. On April 30th, 1927, Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford became the first stars to cement themselves officially in front of the Chinese Theater. On May 18th, 1927, the Grauman's Chinese Theater officially opened and premiered Cecil B. DeMille's film, The King of Kings. And Sid Grauman invited Norma Talmadge to be the first star to officially do this at a movie premiere. She wrote, "Sid dear, my wish is for your success." And what I love is she's one of the only people that has two sets of footprints in her square. Grauman's Chinese Theater is officially called the TCL Chinese Theater today, and this tradition is still in place 98 years later.